Foles on Monday Night Football. You've never sacked him.
I'm going to make that happen for y'all. I got you. Thanks for the motivation, too, by the way.
Foles in trouble. Aaron Donald lost a 4 on the play.
I think everybody's flying around playing physical. That's the type of defense we're supposed to play like. It was lights out today for us.
Aaron Donald, you finally got to Nick Foles. Hey, welcome to NFL Live, everyone. We're going to get to that game and so much more. Also, Titans running back Derrick Henry joining us live here in just a bit. We're going to ask him exactly why the Titans can win the Super Bowl. Dan Orlovsky, you see him in the back of his head right there. We got Mina Kimes, Marcus Spears is grooving. We begin, though, with Adam Schefter, the latest news around the NFL, beginning with one of Tom Brady's favorite targets in Tampa.
Taylor, we're going to start with Chris Godwin, who had surgery on his finger that will knock him out of Monday night's game against the New York Giants. You've heard Bruce Arians talk about all the injuries to all the Tampa wide receivers. Well, the latest is the finger injury to Godwin, which goes along with Mike Evans' ankle. Tampa's wide receivers are banged up, and that explains why they officially signed wide receiver Antonio Brown today to a one-year deal with a max value of $2.5 million. Take note, the deal included zero guaranteed money. And so Antonio Brown knows he has to be on his best behavior, and if he's not, Tampa Bay simply will move on from him at that point in time. And Christian McCaffrey was back at practice today. The Panthers took him off IR, designated him returned to practice. He started the day in a red practice jersey, then took that off, went through practice. Still think it's going to be tough for him to play this Thursday night against Atlanta, but we'll see how Carolina handles it. And one other move for the Panthers. Today, Laura, they released former first-round draft pick Eli Apple.
Adam Schefter with us the entire show. Let's get back to Monday Night Football featuring the Bears and the Rams. And Dan Orlovsky, is SoFi Stadium gorgeous or what? Making its Monday Night Football debut. You see it right there. They got the waterfalls, everything. And how about Aaron Donald with an opportunity to get to Nick Foles? And here is the chance. Second quarter, he finally gets him.
Well, Foles wants to get the ball out of his hands, but the route gets jumped. You got to go somewhere else, because if you hang out in the pocket, watch 99 work. Keeps his eyes on the quarterback. Foles tries to move, and he goes to hunt. Sack for Aaron Donald.
Credited with a half sack, actually, but we'll take it. Hey, how about Leonard Floyd right here?
It's a good design. They're going to put Floyd and Aaron Donald on the same side. Donald goes to the right side of your screen on the loop around. That leaves Floyd one-on-one with the tackle. Sack for 54.
Former 9th overall pick by the Bears in 2016. Probably getting some revenge on his former team. Third quarter, Bears down 17-3. Foles not able to get that right
This is a poor decision, but it's also great coverage. Watch Hill play outside leverage. Gets his head back to the ball. Taylor Rapp, run to the football. You never know if it's going to get tipped up for an interception. Great team defense there by the Rams.
Rams go on to win 24-10 in Monday Night Football, and Aaron Donald recorded a season-high 7 pressures in last night's win. He's now tied with Myles Garrett for the most pressures in the NFL this season, but the big difference between Donald and the league's other top pass rushers is that he's getting it done despite being double-teamed on 68% of his pass rush snaps. Imagine how frustrating that is. Doesn't matter for Donald, though. That's the 5th highest rate in the league and a significantly higher rate than any of the other players on that list you see there. So, Mina, how did this Rams defense affect Nick Foles in ways that we won't necessarily see on the stat sheet?
You know, Laura, it's hard for me to feel bad for Nick Foles. Man's made over $70 million. He's won a Super Bowl. He's got maybe the best nickname ever given to a quarterback. Won't say it. This is a family program. But I felt sorry for him last night because, and this is not to absolve him of blame. He didn't play well, but his offensive line was getting absolutely whooped up front. You saw in the highlights Aaron Donald wrecking havoc, Leonard Floyd. I thought Michael Brockers played well. And where that shows up is not just in sacks and pass rush wins, but also on third down. Nick Foles actually went 8 for 10 throwing on third down, but only converted 2 of those passes because they were all short of the sticks. That's what happens when you're under pressure all night. He didn't have a chance. You're seeing it over and over there. And that's why the Rams won this football game, because the amount of pressure they were able to generate up front.
Yeah, Mina, that third down stat is wild, right? And so we went into this game talking about the Bears defense and how good they are, rightfully so. But then watching the Rams defense, they're the story of the night, and it's not just Aaron Donald. Like, the Rams showed me that their defense is bigger than just 99. Leonard Floyd, you get one-on-one in a tackle, you go eat. You get made better because of Aaron Donald. Jalen Ramsey, the high-paid corner, used in so many different ways. Go get yourself a pick. Micah Kiser, you're becoming a big-time linebacker in the NFL. Troy Hill, we saw his interception. Taylor Rapp, we saw you run to the football. So, like, we give a ton of praise to Aaron Donald, as we should. But this Rams defense is bigger than just one star. They got a lot of really good football players, and when they play together, they showed last night they're a dominant defense.
Yeah, it certainly helps when you have Aaron Donald on your defense because every opposing team's going to have to think about him a lot. Marcus, despite their record coming into the game, there were some questions about the Bears' offense, no matter how you looked at their team holistically. So in your mind, what did you see after seeing them against a really talented defense?
Yeah, Mina Kimes, we're going to start this show off on Tuesday being nice to people. I'm the guy that's supposed to be mean, okay, to people. And the bottom line is this. The Chicago Bears offense stinks. It's really easy when you got players like Dan just mentioned to look good against an offense like this. They are so old and archaic and vanilla. It is so easy. You look at the direct opposite of what Sean McVay did offensively last night. Jet sweep, motion, moving the point for the quarterback, making sure he's playing with the defense eyes, creating leverage before the ball is even snapped. And then on the other side, you know what Matt Nagy said? We're going to line up. We're going to line up in the same formations we've been lining up in all season long, and we're going to get our head beat in by Aaron Donald. And the funny thing is, when Dan pointed out all of those plays those other guys made, 99 showed up. And the real issue, all jokes aside, that I have with that plan last night is that there was nothing about that game that said we want to take Aaron Donald away and make somebody else defensively beat us. They allowed him to do what he wanted to do. And then when you allow a defensive coordinator to know what's coming, when you give them the picture, we talk about disguise. Dan is one of the best. He breaks down disguise. He talks about what you need to do offensively to play with defensive guys in the back end and all of that. Mina tells us about how you attribute what offenses are doing to how much motion is happening, percentage numbers, all of that crazy stuff that they know. I just watch football, and I know if you line up in this formation, these are the plays you're going to run. And Matt Nagy took Nick Foles and that offense to the grindstone last night and told the Rams, hey, y'all come do what y'all will with us because we're going to do what we've been doing.
Yeah, the reality for the Bears is like they can't just line up and play football. They don't have a top 5 offensive line. They don't have a top 5 skill group. They don't have a top 5 quarterback. So the coach needs to be a difference maker. That's what Marcus is saying. Like the coach needs to be more creative to close the talent gap, and that's where the Bears are kind of missing the point on offense right now.
Yeah, and Matt Nagy said today he does not intend to relinquish any play calling duties or make a change at the quarterback position, which of course they've already done this season, saying the problem not just one person. We're just getting started on NFL Live, so don't go anywhere. Derrick Henry joining us, and in true big man ballin' fashion, Marcus has got some of his favorite ballin' moments. King Henry himself